Monday motivation, your shot in the arm of mojo. And this week I am doing something a little bit different because I have some questions for you. And the first question is, are you too busy to step back? Do you fear taking your foot off the gas? Now, this came to me because I have been watching a lot of the Olympics. Massive fan of the Olympics, particularly, well, any sport really, but particularly athletics, because I used to run for my county and had the privilege of running for the South of England many, many, many years ago. So athletics I'm particularly interested in, as is my daughter. But I've also been watching the gymnastics, which I've absolutely been thrilled to watch. And I was watching Matt Whitlock defend his Olympic title and win gold again. And then this morning I was watching him being interviewed. And this Olympics, I think, has been so interesting for so many different reasons. These are athletes, Olympians, who have had to train in a very, very different way over the last 12, 18 months due to COVID. These are Olympians that have had to really be creative in the way that they have trained because of the pandemic, not being able to get in the pool, not being able to get to the gym, all of those things, not being able to be with their coaches. So very, very different for them. We're also seeing a huge number of athletes who are putting their mental health first, which is amazing to see. Now, I'm pretty sure that this will have happened before, but they have not been so vocal about it. So it's absolutely amazing to see these, gymnasts, runners, all of these athletes coming forward and saying, it's time to step back. But particularly this morning, what was really interesting is Adam Peaty apparently has tweeted that he is going to, he's a swimmer if you don't know, has done amazingly well and is awesome in the pool. He has tweeted that he's going to be taking a break and apparently has suffered a little bit of backlash for that. And they were talking to Matt Whitlock on the television this morning in the news programme on BBC. His thoughts, asking Matt his thoughts. And he said something really, really interesting that totally resonated and just, I really wanted to raise and share with you today and use this as an example. He said that after Rio and after London, he took time out of the gym. Both times. The first time I think he said was for 3 weeks and the second time was for 3 months. And he doesn't go back into the gym until he is itching to go back into the gym. This is what makes us really, really good at what we do. This makes us able to do what we do with greater ease when we step back, when we give ourselves permission to step back so that we can come back itching, so that you can come back itching. And that's where those questions came from. Are you too busy to step back? Do you fear taking the foot off the gas because you're going to miss out on something? That fear of missing out, because you think something awful is going to happen to the business, because you think there will, the flow of clients and money will stop. Yet when we, and I say we because I'm talking to myself as much as I am to you, when we don't give ourselves time, space to recharge, to re-energize, to rethink, to reconnect, we are doing ourselves a disservice, we are doing our business a disservice, and we are doing our clients a disservice. And that feels, just awful to me, that by not putting ourselves first, we are not able to do our best work, and therefore we are not able to serve our clients at the very highest level that we want to serve them. So I wanted to share those words from Matt this morning. And in particular, he goes back into the gym when he is itching to do so, because then he is ready. He's then, wanting to get back in. I guarantee if you take a moment now, but equally over the next few days, notice when you get into that, oh, I've got to do this. Oh, now I've got to do that. That is not the right energy for you, for your business, and certainly not for your clients. So August can be a quieter time. So it's a great time to just take your foot off the gas, just to slow down. So often clients come to me because they're busy, they're overwhelmed, they've lost track, they're not in alignment anymore with who they want to be, what they want to do, what they want to have. And I tend, or it appears to be, or I had this moment earlier when I was in the garden and thought, I become the pattern interrupt. Business coaches become the pattern interrupt for what you are doing on autopilot, for what you are pushing yourself to do. And when you're in that place of pushing, of trying, of trying this, that, and the other, of seeing that something's not working and trying to grab this shiny thing, or they're doing that, so trying that. I talk about that, trying to manage and operate your business with the pieces of the puzzle when half the pieces aren't even yours. When we're in that state, we are very disconnected with who we want to be, what we want to do, and what we want to have. So this taking your foot off the gas is how you reconnect. And actually, during that process of reconnect, and I apologize for speaking so quickly, but I'm really passionate about this, and it's such an important message I wanted to get across to you. When we slow down to reconnect, what happens is our true desires bubble up. Perhaps even the ones that you have been pushing down because you have not got time to look at that bigger dream. You have not got time to look at how you could create greater impact, make bigger difference. You haven't got time to look at it because you're so busy doing, you're in this perpetual motion. So when you take your foot off the gas, when you slow down, when you give yourself that time, and as I say, August is a great time to do this because often it's quite, it can be a quieter time because of holidays, etc. That's when you can allow the dreams to come up. That's when you can really explore what it is that you truly want, what it is that you truly want to achieve, what greater impact you want to have. That's when you allow it to come. That's when it comes bubbling. It comes like a wave. And then it's having the time and the space to look at that, examine that. It's okay, how can I make this work? Be curious about how you can make that work. Be curious about the changes that you can make in the business and how you work so that you can take those steps. So how can you step back right now? How can you create space right now? What is the pattern interrupt that you need? Is it working with a business coach? Is it taking holiday? Is it reducing the number of hours that you work? There is always something magical when this stuff happens and when you take the time to do this. Because when you fully connect with who you want to be, with the success, with the bigger impact, magical things start to happen. Clients appear that you'd never even thought would want to work with you. They reach out. Suddenly the program that you were really struggling to put together, it's there. And then the clients start to flow. When you come out of the fear that you are feeling and allow yourself to lean in, to connect, to reconnect, that's when the magic really, really happens. So how can you step back? What boundaries have you let slip? And I say let slip because 2021 and 2020 have not been usual years. It has been too easy for us to be at our desks. And notice I said us because I know I did that as well. We've not had the ability to go on holiday, to take actual breaks, to have days out, to spend time with family. So I know myself, there is a definite feeling of, I had this feeling. Sorry, I couldn't get my words out. I know I personally is what I'm trying to say. I felt this real constriction and I couldn't see straight. I couldn't feel into what I was trying to do. and really have had to step back a little bit and take my foot off the gas and say, okay, now is my time to look at this. Now is the time for me to create this. What can I do, differently? How do I want to work differently? How do I want to show up? And being able to step back a little bit. And I needed to do that. But I don't want you to get to that point where you need to, where you're almost at burnout or at burnout, when you can no longer think straight, see straight. I don't want you to get to that point. So take a look at the boundaries. What's slipped for you? What bad habits have you got into? Where have you overcomplicated things? This is one of the things that absolutely happens for me. When I'm pushing, when I'm trying really, really hard to do stuff, what happens is I'm fixing stuff all over the place and I'm just overcomplicating everything. Overcomplicating for myself, the business, and my clients. Does that resonate with you? Take time today to mull over those questions and ask yourself, am I too busy to step back? Do I fear stepping back and taking my foot off the gas? But more importantly, ask yourself, how can I slow down? I see it all the time with my clients. As I said already, they come to me overwhelmed, busy, they can't think straight, don't know what's happening. And I just slow them down. And suddenly they find they have more time. Suddenly they find that their income has increased, even though they have slowed down and maybe even doing less. I give them permission to do that. And sometimes that's what we need, permission to slow down, take our foot off the gas and step back. I've already mentioned that August is absolutely the time to slow down, which means it's absolutely the time to think forward, to make decisions in your business about what you want to do differently, how you want to show up in your business, what changes you want to make in your business. Because believe it or not, autumn's not that far off. And for me, September always feels a time of new beginning. So I have lots of plans that are percolating. I was like, whoa. We don't have to do everything now, Lindsay. September's coming. That is the time. So while this August may give you a little bit more freedom, a bit more space, don't rush into making changes, because autumn is the time of new beginnings, which is why transformation and growth starts in September. Now, this new program is going to be an intimate program only for 10 soulful women. Women who are ready to consciously experience success. Women who are ready to, not ready, that's not the right word, because sometimes I don't believe we're always ready. Women who want to consciously experience success. Women who want to design a business that is in total alignment with who they want to be. Who are ready to explore what is possible and absolutely want to step into their full power, even if they feel a little fearful. That's harder to say than I thought. Women who want to break through income barrier, an income barrier that's perhaps where you've been stuck for a while. Does that sound like you? Women who want to serve at a higher level and do it in a way that feels amazing. Women who want to create freedom and open up a world of possibility and want to step into that. I was trying to think of the right words then. It is about stepping into it. Women who no longer want to struggle and work all hours, who no longer want to feel that the business is in control of them, and no longer want to be in constant motion. So that they can experience limitless possibilities. And as I say, step through that door. Who can enjoy ease and flow in their business, an abundance of time to grow that business and to live life to the full. If this sounds like you, I'll put a link to the page on the website, which tells you more about transformation and growth. And there are 3 opportunities within the copy for you to book a call with me so that we can explore together if this program is right for you and for your business. And if it is, I will warmly invite you in. I'll put the link in the comments below and in the description above. But for now, ask yourself, are you ready? Do you want to step through the door of possibility and opportunity?